1, 2, 3, 4. Mike and John got it going on. Mike and John got it going on. Mike and John got it going on. Mike and John got it going on.
Action. Got him.
There was a fly. Here we go. It's Monday. Mike and John got it going on. Mike Marino and John King. And let's start things off with an update on the news brought to you by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers.
All right, here's what's going on. An Osceola Township man charged with the murder of his grandparents is set to return to court this week. A pretrial hearing is set Friday for 22-year-old Chance Raymond Hallam. He is charged with 2 counts of open murder in the deaths of 75-year-old Dale Dormanen and his wife, 79-year-old Joan Dormanen. Troopers with the Michigan State Police found their bodies November 19th inside their home on Maple Leaf Lane. Both reportedly suffered extensive stab wounds. Hallam, who made the call to 911 that summoned the troopers, was still on the phone when they arrived and was then taken into custody. He remains jailed without bond and was previously found competent to stand trial, although a request was later granted for an independent forensic exam. Drivers through Novi and Wixom can expect delays for the next 7 weeks. The Road Commission for Oakland County closed lanes Friday on Grand River between Novi and Wixom roads, and Novi and Wixom, so a contractor can replace bad concrete slabs in the road. That work will take about a month and a half to complete, finishing in mid-July. During the work, the road will remain open, but the lane closures will remain in place. And even though there'll be periods when no workers are present, the lanes will still remain closed. Motorists are advised to expect delays during the work, particularly during rush hours. Did I hear some whispering?
Somebody said most of the time when workers aren't present.
Yeah, right.
I don't know who said that.
Well, they have to let the concrete cure. That's what they were saying. They're going to
that's
put it in, and there's
curing
going
the
to the road's going to look done, but they have to let the concrete cure. So there'll be several weeks there where it's finished, and people are going to drive by going, "Why can't I drive on this?" But
what's really good about it is they're doing it while 96 is
yeah.
under construction for the flex lane.
Well, and then,
that makes it convenient for everybody.
And I've had to go to the airport twice in the last week, so you get through the 96 crap, and then you're on 275, and like, what is this?
It's like, where's Waldo?
Yeah.
It's a maze.
It's great.
Good luck.
All right, and finally, a series of local concerts will be returning next month. The Heartland-Cromaine District Library Concert Series will kick off June 28th on the library's South Lawn with Surf Zup. This is Z-U-P.
Zup.
Surf Zup.
Zup,
Like,
bro.
what's up? It serves up. Playing your beach rock favorites. Concerts will then follow each Tuesday through August 2nd from 7 to 8:30 p.m. Attendees are encouraged to come half hour early to get a spot on the lawn and enjoy dinner from a local food truck. You'll find details in the event section at mikeandjohnpodcast.com, and that's what's going on.
Will they have surfer food since it's surfer music? Surfer song, favorite one?
Sure.
Sure.
What is surfer food?
Surfer food.
What is surfer food? Let me ask you.
I'm guessing something beach friendly, like a burrito.
Sure. There's nothing beach friendly because sand gets in everything.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You have a favorite beach song? Surf song?
Well, it's got to be some Beach Boys.
Surfing USA?
Yeah, it'd be more classic.
You know, there's not enough songs about cars anymore either, by the way. All right.
Yeah, and who's going to write? Well, I'd like to hear, they got the new electric Ford F-150 coming out. So I'd like to hear a country song about the electric Ford F-150. And I'll bet you there'll be one.
Light it up with a brewski.
But my battery died along with our love.
Gigo News brought to you by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers, Brighton's preeminent jewelry store with a commitment to customer service, community involvement, honesty, professionalism, and exquisite merchandise. Mark and Barb Binkley pride themselves on offering something special for everybody and recognize that customer satisfaction is the sole purpose of their business, offering a unique and exceptional choice of quality jewelry and value in a warm and engaging environment. If you want something custom designed, they can take care of you, or perhaps Simon G. or Zagani. Go ahead, you can say it if you want to.
I'm not going to do it.
Simon G.
Well, if you
Sherman
no,
G. Potter.
No, it's Simon G.
I knew you could do it.
Yeah. Maybe.
Every now and then you got to poke the bear. Cooper and Binkley Jewelers on Main Street in downtown Brighton, your first and last stop for the perfect one-of-a-kind keepsake. Browse their selection online, cooperandbinkleyjewelers.com, or better yet, stop by the jewelry store downtown Brighton.
They've got it going on,
Yes, they do.
apparently. You know who else has it going on?
You.
Well, yeah.
It goes without saying, right?
Iron Man t-shirt.
Why did I say that? All right.
No, Jordan Genso with the Genso team.
He just celebrated a birthday over the weekend.
I saw that. Yeah, he didn't. We didn't get a chance to wish him happy birthday.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to give him the gift.
Yeah. Oh, the gift.
The
right.
gift. Remember the gift, the present?
We'll catch you next birthday, Jordan.
Yeah. It's in the mail.
Sure. He's heard that before. Jordan Genso with the Genso team at Remax Platinum, sponsor of our Community Spotlight, and as a community-focused real estate agent, he's once again spending the month of May doing what he has dubbed Main Street May. Each day he's using his Facebook page to highlight a different business on Main Street in Brighton, encouraging people to take a moment each day this month to support the businesses that build our community. And if you interact with the page, you can win a $10 gift card to that business. Over the weekend, he visited 3 different businesses.
Wow.
And you can win a $10 gift card to each of those 3.
That was a wild birthday celebration.
Pretty wild. So yeah, go check out his page, Jordan Genso, Community Servant, Community Realtor, for your chance to win the gift card.
All right. Our Community Spotlight, of course, today we're still continuing our Salute to Teachers,
Yes.
National Teacher Month going on. And Jay McDowell, our teacher of the day today. Jay is from the Innovation Academy.
Yes.
Doing
Yes.
some very innovating things.
Well, yeah.
At the Innovation
at the Academy.
Academy.
They're doing it academically.
See,
They're innovating academically.
I've never been to the Academy.
At the Innovation
but I'd like to
Academy.
thank the Academy.
I've been to Starfleet Academy.
In
my mind.
We're kind of like on the poop deck right now, aren't we, at the Starship Academy.
That's the
Is there a
love
poop
boat.
deck?
That's
I'm
the
sorry.
love boat.
Love boat Enterprise. I
Boy.
bet you Jay's sleeping in today.
Boy.
We'll leave him a message.
Please leave your message for 810.
No.
All right. We're not leaving a message for 810.
Let me double check it.
You're gonna double check. You know,
Yeah.
you always feel the need to double check me. You go right
Just
ahead.
want to make sure.
Did I dial the right number?
What the hell, dude?
You were supposed to confirm that Jay would be there.
All right, I'll try this.
Oh, if you hold it.
I've got the touch.
Yes.
Come on, baby.
You've got the touch.
Good morning. Is this Jay?
Person's got the
Yes, it is.
Hey, Jay.
Jay, it's Mike Marino and John King from Mike and John Got It Going On. Apparently, John has the magic touch.
We tried to call you just a second ago, and it didn't answer, and then I used
John had
my
to double check my dialing.
my magic fingers to get it done.
No, I apologize for that. I was pouring milk into my son's cereal. So,
Oh, okay.
What kind of cereal is your son having today?
I'm not going to get any money for this, but
No.
he's got Reese's peanut butter puffs.
Oh, those are good. Those are good.
Isn't that like candy for breakfast?
Pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. We've completely thrown to the wind the whole.
But that's nothing new. That's nothing new. When we were kids, they had Cookie Crisp. Don't you remember Cookie Crisp?
That's still right.
I know, but I'm just saying, like.
In Super Sugar Smacks. For
Oh,
Oh,
God,
yeah.
yeah. Oh, that's the good stuff, man.
Yeah, wasn't that the one you
Yeah.
got the Archie's single
Well,
on the back of the box? Sugar.
Well, I remember they used to do the commercials where they'd be like, hey, it's part of this balanced breakfast. And you'd be like, everything else in this picture is the balanced breakfast except this bowl of cereal.
It was a part of it. Well, now that we've breakfast shamed Jay. Well, Jay, you're our teacher of the day. Congratulations.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. I appreciate that. I'm really glad you guys are doing this. It's wonderful that you're highlighting teachers and all the hard work that they do.
It was all my idea, Jay. So anyway, yeah, no, I mean, every one of us has a favorite teacher, and I got to believe that you have to be one of the most favorite teachers with the cool stuff you're doing. Underwater drones and an automotive autonomous vehicle.
Yeah,
Let's talk about that.
At Innovation Academy, we're trying to truly be the 21st century school. Well, not 21st century, 22nd century school.
Here you go.
And so we try to do a lot of hands-on projects, a lot of, we tried to eliminate that old saw that students use, when am I going to use this in the real world? Well, we're going to use it right now in a real-world application, and you're going to see how it's used in the real world. So we've teamed up with the Square One Education Network, and we built underwater drones, which we've used with the Residents Against Huron River Flooding, one of the local organizations. We've put our underwater drone in some of the flooded areas to see the condition of culverts, to see the condition of the wetlands around the north side of Orr Lake. But then we also we were working towards building an autonomous car this school year,
Wow.
where the car would avoid obstacles by itself, do lane assist by itself, and park itself. And we got students working on that, working with different sensors and different programming modules. And then 2 years ago, we won the Square One Education Network electric car build, and we built a full-size electric car, and our driver, Brady Kaler, drove that to victory at the competition at Kettering University a
Wow.
couple of years ago. We will return to that competition this fall.
Well, that's very cool stuff. I was just thinking as you're talking about the things that you're working on, I once had a fitness client that was a college student or just graduated from college, and they were working on designing a car where the each wheel was on its individual. It was almost like a spider, so to speak, where it could crawl up and over and around potholes and things like that.
Right.
Is that some of the stuff you guys have been looking into?
Yeah, any of those kind of applications. It's amazing how much technology you can buy at the local store these days, and how much technology you can get off the internet to build those kind of things. And then, as we know, the world's information is on YouTube and the internet.
Yeah.
So we can really, delve into all kinds of different projects, and it doesn't just need to be the bookwork and the textwork. We don't have textbooks at Innovation Academy, so there's a better use for that money.
Textbooks? We don't need no stinking textbooks. No. I mean, it is kind of a Back to the Future kind of thing. I mean, you guys, it's such a cool topic to think about, as far as, like you mentioned the underwater drone and exploration and things of that nature. It could also go to, search and recover,
Absolutely. We can do a lot of that, and we can create the robots to do that. It's amazing how 22nd century kids just are naturally in tune with robots. They're really easy to understand for those kids, and so they're able to figure out all kinds of different uses for them that people like you and I we're like, oh, I didn't even think of that. So I really want to congratulate the district, Howell Public Schools, and the Howell Education Association, the local union leadership, for coming together and creating a contract that allows this 22nd century school to be built, that allows it to flourish the way it has.
Have you had any of your students come up with an idea and you're going, I don't know if we can really do that? Anything that's just so far-fetched, you think, that you won't be able to do it? Or do you think you guys will be able to put imagination to work at its best?
I think with the staff that we have at Innovation Academy, our average age is around 50, and our average years of service is somewhere around 20 to 25. I think we're at a point in our careers where we don't say no to students. We're like, yep, let's do that. Let's figure it out. We may not know how to do it, but we know you know how to figure out how to do it. So, we'll use the funding that we have, and we get some funding from the Parker Foundation and the Ted and
Jane.
the dog just jumped on me. Yeah.
Ted Jane Von Voigtlander Foundation.
Yes,
I assume?
yes,
Yeah.
we get some funding from them, and that allows us to really do a lot of really cool projects. And so we want to thank both of those organizations for supporting us.
So what's next on the docket? What's the biggest project you guys are working on right now?
Well, we're wrapping up. I guess graduation actually Thursday
Yeah.
night. But we're wrapping up for the school year and already making plans for next year. And one of them is in this autonomous vehicle competition. You take one of those 12-volt cars, that toddlers get.
Right.
Put your little 3-year-old with a helmet and let them run around the yard.
Yeah.
We have a land speeder version of that, the Star Wars land speeder. So we want to hack that to be the autonomous car.
Wow.
So that it goes around the track as a whole. We'll do a whole Star Wars motif, and I've got one student who's really interested in that, and he's got one of those robot R2-D2s, and we're going to put that in the back. And so we've got big plans for next year.
So how long has the Innovation Academy been in existence? I know you said a few years ago you went to the competition, and you're thinking of going back this year. So how long has this stuff been going on at Howell, with the Howell School District?
We are finishing up our 4th year. One of the great things that happened is about 5.5 years ago, the district realized it needed an alternative school again, and came to a group of teachers and came to the union and said, let's make this a reality. And we spent a good year and a half doing research, doing our due diligence, visiting other alternative schools around the state, and putting together a blueprint for what this school would be. And so then we were able to build it. And, to the district's credit, they've just basically given us a blank slate and said, you're a group of veteran teachers, and we hired a veteran principal, and I said, go do it, make the magic, and really help some kids that have trouble with traditional school.
And I know, having talked to you about this before, that the project-based learning is, and you were alluded to it as well, that sort of the school for the 22nd century, that this is a chance to put into practice some of these teaching methodologies in a way that reach kids where they're at, and that's sort of the future of education.
Yeah, I think so. I think the structure of school, which, as we all know, was created in the 19th century, the structure of school doesn't meet the needs of the 22nd century anymore. And kind of that, bell rings, move here, bell rings, move there, seat time is really important. I don't think that's applicable really to the 22nd century. And so, what we've done is removed all those barriers and allowed students to flourish. We had one student who was working again with the Residents Against Huron River Flooding, and she spent her second semester senior year working with GIS software, which is a high-level corporate software that really can get you a job in just about any firm in the country that you want, as it maps and outlines the earth and different areas in the earth. And so she's mapping the watershed that flows into Ore Lake and quantifying different levels of development and all of that kind of stuff. And so she's working now with a professor from Oakland University to publish a paper and maybe present on a conference in Chicago.
I thought someone at the high school level doing this, that's amazing.
Yeah. If she had to take 6 classes and had to take senior English and had to take, a social studies class and had to take a 4th year of math, she would not have had time to do any of this. She would not have had time to blossom the way she has.
Well, I think the key to all this is, again, is teachers. I mean, and, that's part of our series this month, highlighting different teachers during Teacher Appreciation Month. You can have the methodology, you can have the theory, you can have all this. If you don't have teachers like yourself and others who are dedicated to the profession and willing to, be available to kids to help guide them through this, then, it's not going to mean much. And so at the end of the day, it comes down to teachers and having qualified, available teachers for kids. And so we really thank you for being among them and for your HEA colleagues, for nominating you, recognizing that as well.
Well, I appreciate you guys highlighting all the great teachers and the great work that union workers do. And, I like being on your program. I could talk for hours about teaching and education and the cool things that are happening in Howell. And so I really appreciate you highlighting everybody this month.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Jay, thanks so much for joining us. I'm hoping your son is eating all those cereal by now, because otherwise it's going to be soggy.
Well, now he's moving on. He's moving on to the balanced part of the breakfast now, right?
Well, I just, as a teacher, I want to flip the script and fill my kid full of sugar before I send him off.
Give him to another teacher. I got it. That's a little get even, isn't it?
You know what they say about payback.
Exactly.
All right, Jay, thanks so much for joining us and all the great work that you do. We appreciate it.
Oh, thank you guys.
All right,
Thank you. Keep rocking on.
Yeah, all right. Jay McDowell, once again in our Community Spotlight, brought to you by Jordan Genso with the Genso team at RE/MAX Platinum. Look for his Facebook page, Jordan Genso, Community Servant, Community Realtor. And, of course, this is all part of our series highlighting members of the Howell Education Association who are building futures together, promoting and celebrating excellence in the teaching profession. The Howell Education Association expanding on National Teacher Appreciation Week as we highlight and celebrate excellence in local teaching all month. The teachers being spotlighted like Jay today have been nominated by their HEA colleagues as examples of teaching excellence. The Howell Education Association serves its membership through collaboration and advocacy at the district, county, and state levels with the goal of supporting teachers in their professional efforts. The Howell Education Association, local teachers working together for student success.
How many of those teachers, just hypothetically,
Right.
do you think come from a family line of teachers? You know how like
Yeah.
cops will go from,
Yeah.
you know, well, dad was a cop, I'm going to be a cop, or mom was a cop, I'm going to be a cop. Same thing with firefighters. John, a teacher.
Yeah, my dad was a teacher.
And your mom too,
Yeah.
right?
Well, yeah, she did teach. She wasn't a teacher per se. She was epidemiologist, but I was clearly the black sheep of that family.
You come from a smart family. What happened?
What happened? I know.
You're sitting in the basement with
My
me.
dad actually spent most of his scientific career trying to figure out
Going, what
how did the genetics, what the hell?
Every family's got to have a black sheep.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Our families, here we are.
But you're right. I think, it is, I guess the thing you're highlighting, like when we talk about, police officers or firefighters or other professions, doctors, things like that. It's an avocation. It's a calling in a certain sense, and teachers definitely in that realm. And you don't want teachers who are just clocking it in. You want teachers that feel like this is my profession, this is my calling, this is what I do. I'm an educator.
We've got another week or so
Yeah.
of highlighting teachers throughout the month of May. So we'll get to another one tomorrow. Want to thank everybody that chimed in on last night's trivia question.
Yes,
Which
the chimers.
the chimers studies found, since it's a Monday, studies found most of us are more likely to do this on a Monday than any other day of the week. What was the first thing that came to mind when you read the question?
Bitch.
All right, it was complain, but you nailed it. Yeah.
See, this is what happens when you don't tell me the answers, and I guess it right off the top of my head.
But that's okay.
Okay.
There was actually, this question had a couple of answers that were right on. And
Okay.
one was cry. You're more likely to cry on a Monday.
Okay.
Complain on a
Right.
Monday. And it doesn't mean that you cry that it's Monday or complain that it's Monday. It's just you're more likely to do that
Right.
on those days. Call off work was a pretty popular guess. Cry when you wake up or hit the snooze. Hit the snooze was one of the most popular
Yeah.
answers for our question. Have a heart attack was another answer. Go to
Well, I
work
know
with-
that the Monday after Super Bowl, I think that in the Monday after the time changes where they see an increase in heart attacks
Yeah.
because people have been up and they've disrupted
Well,
their
and you
sleeping
probably
schedule.
bet more
Yeah.
on the weekend.
and
So
maybe
whether
imbibed a little bit more than normal.
Well, yeah, so somebody
Whether
said,
it's alcohol or nachos, either way, not good for the heart.
go to work with a hangover was a
Yeah.
popular guess too. Clean was a pretty popular guess.
Drink
Well,
additional coffee.
yeah, a little extra
Yeah.
kick in the butt.
In the what now?
In the butt. Let's see. We'll get up early, weigh ourselves. Well, it's Monday. What did I do over the weekend? Oh
Right.
boy.
Call in sick.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the day to do it.
3-day weekend.
It's
Give yourself
either it's a
3-day
Friday
weekend.
or a Monday that you're going to call in sick. If you're going to
Yeah.
fake it, because you want the 3-day weekend.
I would probably fake it on a Friday.
To me, I think that's better, right?
Let's make it a fake.
But I guess it
Friday.
depends on what happens on Saturday and Sunday that you may have to call in on
Well,
Monday.
maybe you just take a 4-day weekend.
Yeah, what the hell? I don't need this job.
Take a nap or fall asleep at work. It's another great guess. So thanks to everybody that chimed in. I apologize if I put the part about checking out the answer on the show in all caps. I just kind of started. I got
You're
halfway
turning
through
into
the
that old
sentence.
man, are you?
No, I just thought, hey,
Yeah.
listen to the show.
Right.
Put up
When
with us
you
for a little
start
bit. will
posting
ya?
things on social media in all caps, though, this is
I didn't mean to yell.
this is a sign.
That you're old.
Yeah.
I
Now,
had a lot of
when you
signs
really
that I'm
need to
old.
start maybe checking, with your doctor, is when there's a mix of capitalization
Yeah.
and non-capitalization that's not correct, and it's all.
I thought it was code.
You know.
That was just somebody messing up. I thought it was code, like they were trying to tell me something else.
I trying to read.
Wait a
this.
minute. These all cap letters mean something, right? Am I supposed to figure this out?
Yes. Let's see what this says.
Is this part of Wordle? I don't know.
Off my lawn.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
When we were talking with Jay McDowell, one of the things that I was thinking of innovation
Yes,
is you have one of those cool robotic vacuums for your pool.
I do.
And if you need one for your pool, go to Romans.
They do have them.
I need
Yep.
one for my pool.
Yeah.
While you're getting yours, buy me one too.
We're gonna start a GoFundMe. Buy back a robot.
No, there's because of the storms, you get a few more worms in the pool.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that affects the balance or anything else, but Romans is going to be testing my water today.
Well, that's true, and right, it comes through, and you got to get that done. Pool season well underway, and you don't want to trust your pool. It's a very expensive piece of
luxury
or whatever, what's the word?
Recreation?
Recreational, appendage to your house. I don't know what I'm even talking
recreational
about.
appendage.
Thank you.
I got one of those.
Thank you. I have recreational appendage. It's not that expensive.
A pool.
Yeah.
Okay, we're
right,
talking
the pool.
Get
Come
your
on.
mind
What
out of
the hell,
gutter.
man? So the point is that you want to go with your trusted experts,
Yes.
the company, the people that have been here for as long as you can remember, that have been doing this and have a lifetime of expertise in dealing with pools. You see some of these fly-by-night operations, they may say they're amazing, but they're not. And when you think about Roman's Pools, Roman is an actual person. Roman puts his name on the company, all right? You can go in and talk to Roman or his wife, Trish.
His son, too.
And absolutely. And so it's a family operation there at Roman's Pools and Supplies, and they're going to make sure that your pool is well taken care of. They've got a pool class coming, like Pool 101 for new pool users. That starts in June. And of course,
should have went to that.
I know.
Boy,
Boy, I'm telling you, man.
Maybe we need a refresher course.
The first few years I ended up, I'm like, I think that, I don't know.
More chlorine.
Right. I'm like pouring in Clorox. I'm like, no. Last week I was putting in potassium in my pool, if you remember. We were talking about I'm like, what are you doing? So, again.
Good bones.
Yeah.
You should have went to Romans. Call 545-4555 in Howell, 810-588-4460 in Brighton. 2 locations to serve you, and of course online, romanspools.com.
Right, they're your pool's best defense.
Right, let's take a look at our 2-cent history lesson today.
All right.
As we mentioned, the answer for trivia was complain. We would have also taken cry. That was another
bitch, moan, whine.
We know those two. We'll change the name of the show.
It's the new morning show. Bitch, moan, and whine. It's a 3-person show.
1785, Benjamin Franklin announces his newest invention.
Is?
Bifocals.
Oh, yeah.
Bifocals. Did you ever use bifocals?
I tried. Well, they have
progressive.
Today it's the progressive
lens,
yeah.
But I had...
Where they blend the lens.
Yeah, the bifocals had the line in the middle,
right.
so you knew where the difference was.
I would rather use... And I'm probably going to end up... I've tried progressive lenses twice, and twice I've been like, nope.
No, some people it takes a lot to adjust to.
And they told me, they said, look, it's going to take a while. Try, and the first time I brought him back.
You're like,
right.
whoa.
I brought him back a week later. I'm like, no, these aren't going to work. Forget it. And then a couple years later, the eyesight didn't get better with age.
No.
I know you find that hard to believe. And so they said, try him again, give it more time. And so I gave it a month.
It was supposed to be a recreational appendage.
Yeah.
And it kind of was.
And again,
it was a comedy watching John trying to
even a month
steps.
later, I'm still trying to walk, and I'm like, I have to step is 10 feet high. Because it just doesn't.
It's hard to adjust.
I couldn't adjust.
Golfing's tough, too, because you're trying to look down at the ball and look up to where you're hitting. It can be. Thank goodness we didn't have any problems with any of that stuff. 1873. Postal cards were sold for the first time in San Francisco. That's when you could get a postcard from your friends.
Right.
Who had been to San Francisco. They're already home, but now you get the postcard.
Right.
Yes.
I've looked for rice-a-roni everywhere. I couldn't
Probably the
find
Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah, or a cable car.
Yeah. Or the friends from Full House.
Yeah.
First automobile trip across the U.S. in 1903 happened on this date. It left from, San Francisco.
Oh.
And went to New York.
Right.
They got there on July 26th.
Had rice-a-roni in the back seat.
They did.
A big box of it. Rice-a-roni.
Probably some Cracker Jack.
The San Francisco treat.
Old French fries.
Yeah.
Do you ever, 1903,
do you ever have
I don't know.
rice-a-roni?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm on a rice-a-roni.
I kind of like rice-a-roni.
I like it too.
It's not exactly the most healthy thing, but...
Well, no, it's not healthy at all,
No.
but you had to brown the vermicelli first.
Yeah.
I hated that.
Sometimes you have to burn it a little
I
bit.
know, I always hated that. I'm like, isn't there an easier way to do this, man? All right, anyway.
1934, Bonnie and Clyde caught in an ambush in Louisiana. Shot dead they were.
Yes.
Bonnie and Clyde.
Hey.
Warren Beatty, Faye Dunaway.
Yeah. And
Never seen the movie.
Yeah.
Of course, I think they had to edit it for TV.
Oh, yeah, they did.
1935.
Instead of 183 gunshots, they edited it down to like 50.
Yeah.
A respectable 50.
The first scheduled night game in Major League Baseball happened in 1935. Or did it? No, it had to be postponed because it rained in Cincinnati. Rained in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
1958.
It was a big day.
Yeah.
For kids.
U.S. schools.
For students.
Used Cliff's Notes.
Right. We talk about Innovation Academy.
Yes.
For our age, that was like,
ooh, it's summarized in like...
What an innovation.
4 pages.
But even then, teachers were on to the whole... They
Couldn't pull that
knew.
one.
They knew. Oh,
Today it's
you
Google.
bought the Cliffs Notes, did you? Yeah, good for you.
Cliffs Notes. Yeah, I'm going to find questions that aren't going to be in the Cliffs
Right.
Notes.
Like,
Silly.
and then you go, is there a movie of this?
I read the Cliffs Notes and I saw the movie. I'm covered. And I'm in a basement with John King. The Who released the rock opera Tommy on this day in 1969. Tommy. 1980, The Shining was released. Did you see it in theaters?
I did not. No. I think the first time I saw it was on TV.
Yeah.
Great movie. Yeah.
1982.
Although I never read the book. Stephen King.
Oh, there's Cliff's Notes for it.
Oh, thanks. Okay, excellent. Oh, perfect. Okay,
And
that's
there's a
good.
movie.
The people had said that they're like, even though that movie is like the classic, you think of it, it's this classic movie, Jack Nicholson, here's Johnny, all that stuff. But I guess the hardcore fan, they're like, the movie's They go, compared to the book. Said it wasn't that good compared to the book.
Well, I didn't read the book or the Cliff's Notes.
No.
I did see the movie on TV with editing, and I don't know. It's here's Johnny. That's pretty much
that's the
Red
iconic
Rum,
scene, right?
But 1982, Colin Wilson rides a surfboard 294 miles.
Wow. He was hanging 294.
So, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom opened on this day, 1984.
Didn't like that one.
You didn't like Temple
It was
of Doom?
okay.
I liked all the Indiana Jones movies.
That was, it was okay.
Wasn't that where they pulled the heart out of the guy?
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah. The original's the best. And I think The Last Crusade was with Sean Connery. It was pretty good.
I liked them all.
Yeah. That's not they didn't like it, but he didn't like it.
He's hard to please.
I am. That's my wife.
The first couple to get married underwater got hitched on this day in 1988 using divers' hand signals to do the nuptials. Do
you take him or her to be your lawfully wedded
I did that.
wife? That's how I see. That's different.
Oh, yeah, that was the honeymoon underwater. There was
Did
a lot
you
of bubbles.
do it?
Did they use snorkels? No, they had the full gear on. Flippers, mask, oxygen tank. 1994.
Yes.
Star Trek The Next Generation finale aired on this day in syndication.
Yeah. You can still catch it.
Yeah. Did you like that one as much as the other Star Trek?
It's second on the list after the original series, which is referred to as TOS, the original series.
Yeah, I can figure that. Yeah. But I'm glad you explained it for those.
But now they've got the new one.
Yeah.
Called Strange New Worlds, which is on Paramount Plus.
And do you like that one?
Yeah, I like that one.
All right.
It's got Captain Christopher Pike. He was the captain of the Enterprise before Kirk.
CCP.
And they got a member of the crew who's Kirk's brother.
Oh.
Samuel Kirk.
Sammy T.
So you just wonder, how long until we bring in Kirk? And he's just like a young Kirk with acne.
Or new Kirk.
No, that was Hogan's Heroes.
You know what? Maybe they'll have William Shatner talking to him through hologram.
Yeah, sure. Right.
2019, the prototype of a new high-speed train that would float above the track, capable of traveling 370 miles per hour, was unveiled by a Chinese railway rolling stock corporation in China. It's made in China.
Yeah. China.
That's your 2-cent history lesson.
Okay.
That's all I got.
No, that's plenty.
Is that enough? You learned a lot today?
I learned enough. I learned just enough.
Yes, you did.
That's
underwater weddings.
Just enough.
Kirk.
New Kirk.
Surfing.
As opposed to old Kirk.
Indiana Jones. You don't like the second one? I kind of like it.
It's not that I hated it. I just didn't like it as much as I liked the first or the third.
It was very similar to Romancing the Stone when you think about it, those movies. It was like that kind of action adventure.
Right.
All about the same time.
Right. The original is always going to be the best, though.
If you say so.
It's like with Star Wars, same thing.
Like original morning.
Of course, the original was number 4 in that series. It gets very confusing. Trying to explain that to my kids now, I'm like, wait, what? That was the first one? Why did they start with 4? Well, see, it was 4, 5, and 6, and then they did 1, 2, and 3, and then they did 7, 8, 9.
They can't count.
George Lucas, we're not really good at counting. I
want to thank Firehouse Doors.
They are good at counting.
Speaking of originals.
They've been counting For 24 years, they've been counting for residents here in Livingston County.
Residents have counted on them.
Absolutely.
Family-owned and operated business striving to treat each customer like family.
I'm a customer.
Let's let that sink in first.
I'm family. I stopped by the other day and did my laundry.
He's the uncle that won't leave.
I showed up with dirty laundry. I said, hey, I thought I'm like family.
You know,
And they said, I think you're taking this a little too literally.
if we opened John's garage door today, his firehouse door,
Yeah.
we would see a mattress in the garage.
We would. We got a new mattress over the weekend.
Yes. And I was like, well, what goes on over here? I guess we don't talk about.
Well, we just bought a new mattress. We're
Oh,
getting rid of the
okay.
old
I
one.
thought there was
Stored
some
it in the
stuff going on.
garage till the garbage day, which is tomorrow, so I'll bring it out to the curb tonight.
Wheel that sucker out.
If you would like a used mattress and box springs, come on by. They're all yours.
We don't even have to give you the address. You'll just see
Right.
the mattress and box springs.
Just
sitting
drive
out.
around Howell, you'll see them eventually.
Firehouse Doors. Veteran-owned business. Mike served in the U.S. Air Force and was deployed for Operation Desert Shield and Desert Storm. We thank you for your service, Mike. Firehouse Doors, your one-stop shop for residential, commercial, and rolling steel door overhead needs. Past 21 years, they've been a carrier of CHI overhead doors, too. Call today, 810-599-7480.
And when you buy a garage door and opener package, Firehouse Doors will upgrade all of our listeners to a belt drive battery backup opener, no extra cost. That includes a built-in MyQ camera system. That's a $275 savings, and that offer is good through June 15th. So again, Firehouse Doors, 810-599-7480.
And we're going to draw another winner a little bit later this week. And I want for that TPC card.
The TPC, that's
And
the
free
10%.
inspection.
Yeah, don't forget the 10%.
Yeah. All right. We had a little trouble with our computer this morning for our
Well,
printer.
the printer.
The printer.
Now,
We were going to have to call Dan.
Right.
Thank goodness.
But
we
I
figured-
troubleshot the problem. We were trying to print something on our new printer, a new Gigo printer, and
There was some swearing going on.
it didn't print.
before
I'm
the
like,
show.
why is this not printing?
Why? He said.
And I'm like,
In a
and I'm like, I'm going to
calm,
call,
cool,
yeah, of course,
collected
as
voice.
always. And I'm going to have to call Dan. I have to make an early morning emergency call to Dan at Dan's PC Solutions. So how do I fix my printer? And then I realized that's because I'd unplugged the printer. I didn't need to call Dan because I was able to troubleshoot that and say,
He
hey,
figured out his own mistake.
I have to plug in the printer
For
for the
it to
printer
work.
to work.
To make the communication
Right.
from the computer to the printer, there has to be a connection.
And what happened after I plugged it in?
It printed.
It printed.
It was like magic.
That's right.
Didn't have to call Dan's
You know
PC
what?
Solution.
No, but you know what? Just hanging around Dan like I have, I picked up some tips along the way. Things like you have to plug in devices to make them work.
Yes, you
You
do.
know, it's little tips like that. It's the little inside
These are the
information.
things that get you through
Yeah,
life.
absolutely. So if you want tips like that and maybe even a little bit more complex, stop by Dan's PC Solutions. They're veteran-owned as well. Dan and Amber McMillan, husband-wife team, providing IT and computer services and support for residents and small businesses in Livingston County for over 10 years. And if you're looking for a new PC and you don't really know what to get, because we have different uses for personal computers.
Or even how to plug it in.
Yeah, for instance, if you're just looking for something for like home entertainment versus something you need to like keep the books at work or whatever, different uses, maybe you're going to see different computers that are going to best suit that needs. Talk to the folks at Dan's PC Solutions. And the folks, by the way, as I mentioned, Dan and Amber.
Yep, they're there from 9 to 3 weekdays. Call 517-579-0975 or danspcsolutions.com.
Right. And when you stop in, say hi to Ziggy.
That's their Shih Tzu.
Yeah, I beg your pardon.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not begging.
Beg your pardon.
Yeah.
I thought you were giving me a blessing.
Well, I had to say, I have to apologize because I did lock you out today.
Gesundheit. Yes, I thought I was going to have to do the show
Mike
from my
had to
car.
text me this morning. I'm sitting there going, where's Mike? He texted me like, can you unlock your door, idiot?
I did not say
No,
idiot.
you didn't, but it was
I thought
it
though.
it came through on the text
Hey,
somehow.
moron.
It wasn't in there, but I felt it. New text feel.
Text
I
feel.
felt the idiot come through on the text like, hey, moron, open your door.
Sometimes you got to realize these things.
Yes. Yeah.
Murphy's Family Auto, want to thank them for being one of our show sponsors too. Call for your appointment today, 517-552-3040. They're open on Saturdays too. For those of you that work weekdays, just don't have time to get the car in. 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Tell them Mike and John sent you. You get 5% off your bill. That's Murphy's Family Auto. Your car knows.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
My car knows, and it's sitting in the street because my parking spot was taken.
You could have
too.
parked on the other
That's
side of the
because of the
driveway.
mattress in the
I
garage.
had to back the car out of the garage, put the mattress on that side of the garage.
Well, how do I know what's going on around here?
Well, if
Can't
I
even
don't
get in the door.
You're like, Yeah, well.
All right, I've got some good post-show stuff coming up.
Oh, yeah, we do.
I
Hang
do.
on for that. Kitty and Cougar, I think you're singing.
You've been giggling with Mike and John.
Yeah, yeah.
Tune in next time and giggle on.
Oh, yeah. All right. We're post-show.
There we are. Oh, you're taking off the headphones for
Yeah.
post-show.
Well, I always do.
All right.
Don't you watch the show? I always take off the headphones. That's
Yes,
how you
I
know
watch
it's
the show all
post-show.
the time.
John took off his headphones.
Yeah.
We were having audio trouble earlier, by the way. I don't know if you noticed.
I noticed that
During
I
the
was
interview, I
conducting
was
the
like,
interview.
what's going on over here? I had to, so.
Should have called Dance PC Solutions.
Yeah. All right,
Did
what
you
do
get it fixed?
Sure.
Okay.
We'll find out.
We will.
What do you got?
According to a new survey from the skin cream company CeraVe. Ever use CeraVe? It's good for the skin.
Not connected to Sarah Lee.
No, CeraVe.
Yeah.
See CeraVe?
Got
Maybe it's CeraVe.
CeraVe. I'm going to say CeraVe.
Yeah, it's very French.
Yeah. Probably means face.
Cera.
Que sera.
CeraVe. CeraVe.
All right, move on.
The average new parent
Yeah.
in the first year of their baby's life. Remember that? It's a long time ago for
Remember when they were cute?
quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they cried a little.
You put them in a car seat and they stayed there?
Yeah.
Oh, those are good
An
days,
average
huh?
new parent makes an average of 56 phone calls to their own parents.
Oh. Per what?
67 calls to medical this is in the first year.
Okay.
67 calls to medical experts
Mm-hmm.
in their first year. Does over 2,000 Google searches a year with baby questions. Like, why is my baby crying? Why isn't my baby sleeping?
Have you fed it? Oh, yeah. Did you plug it in?
That's 6 searches on average a day.
Sure. That seems low, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Per day?
See, now we didn't have.
But that's the average.
When my first son was born, we didn't even have. I think the internet was so new, you had dial-up, so we didn't have Google.
6
It was
searches a week,
Ask
maybe.
Jeeves, and he didn't know squat.
Ask Jeeves.
wasn't that the search?
Oh, sure.
You know, it's like, I don't know. Well, ask Jeeves. Jeeves has been unemployed for quite a long time,
Yeah.
ever since Google took over. So yeah, that's pretty interesting stuff.
All right.
That's all I got. But
That's a plenty, though.
it's Monday. I brought crying and complaining and bitching and moaning to the show. What
Bitching
more
and
do you
moaning.
want?
They'll be doing tomorrow's show.
Yeah, they will. They're our post-show.
All right.
Coming up tomorrow, we do have School of the Fools with Uncle Bill.
Okay.
We've got another teacher
Yeah, we do.
and whatever else. We'll have the answer to tonight's Monday Night Trivia, MNT, coming up later on this afternoon. A lot of flies in here.